In today's video, we're talking all about competition, specifically how you can use your competitors' proposals to better understand how they compete and how you can compete against them. One thing to note is that this only applies if your competitors compete in the public sector or respond to government RFPs. This does not apply for those that operate only in the private sector. Let's dive in. The way that you can see your competitors' proposals is through the Freedom of Information Act, also known as FOIA. For those of you who aren't familiar, the Freedom of Information Act allows any individual to request public information that's available related to public agencies. In most instances, this also includes proposals submitted in response to RFPs for those public agencies. So it's important to note that what you will get back from this request will vary depending on the agency's requirements and their protocols and things like that. So some will only send you a list of bidders who submitted a proposal. Others might share everything, including all of the proposals as well as the pricing, but most of them fall somewhere in between. Typically, you are able to get at least a couple of the proposals that were submitted, which you can then review to inform your competitive strategy and better understand your competitors. So let's take a look at how to actually submit a request. Okay, let's take a look at an example FOIA request submission. For this example, we're going to pretend that we want to see an RFP and RFP responses from a City of Detroit proposal. So what I did here is just type in City of Detroit FOIA request, and you'll see that there are a lot of different options here. If you were doing something with, say, the police department, then it looks like this would be a good article to click on here. But for just general FOIA requests, I would either click on this one here, since it seems to be about FOIAs in general, or this one, which is non-police Freedom of Information Act requests. So let's just click here to see where this takes us. Okay, so you can see on this page, this would be, just more information on how you would submit the request. So if you're trying to figure out where you should go, I'd probably click here. And for this one, you would submit it via an email to this. Some organizations will have a portal where you actually submit the information for your request, and some will have, just an email or maybe a form that you have to fill out. So in this example, you just have to send an email to this address here requesting the information. So what I typically do is just send an email saying, hi, I would like to submit a FOIA request for all proposals in response to this RFP with the RFP number and title, and then the date when the proposals were due. And you just send that information off, and then they will respond to you and let you know, if you have to pay. Sometimes you'll have to pay, maybe like $20 or something to process it. Most of the times you don't. But yeah, so you just send in that information and you'll get the proposals back. Once you submit the information, you will typically receive an email confirming that the request was actually received, and then they'll give you an estimated delivery time. And once you get the proposals, you can use them to better understand your competitors and how you can bid against them. So really take a look at them once you get those documents back, and you can take notes on how they're selling versus how you're selling, the things that are in common, the things that are better, maybe something that you do that's better, and then use that to tweak your proposal process. It is important to note that these requests are for research purposes only. You are not able to sell any of the information you get from any of these requests, and some will require that you check a box just to note that this is not for commercial use. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoy making your FOIA requests and learning more about your competitors and creating better proposals. I'll see you soon, and make sure you check back for more proposal tips.